traders, so this is the first trade of the week. Right now the market opened just 52 minutes ago, so I'm seeing the potential for an entry here because the market did open with such a large gap on a lot of the pairs. Right now we're on NZD Canadian, so we're looking for bullish opportunities because of Friday's setup showing an indecision candle at the support area, which is the floor. Actually, we're looking for buying opportunities only for today. Tomorrow, if we do, get a loser today and we do close below the support area, then we will be looking for sellers again because it's showing us that sellers are still in control. But for now, we're looking for buys. So on the 30-minute time frame, I was looking to buy at this support area if price had fallen to this area, but we can see price opened with a gap. So we did just enter a trade, seeing that we did have a bullish candle from this support area. Our stop loss is on the other side of the zone, right? Because if it at this place, it shows us our trade is wrong if our stop loss does get hit, because new lows are being made and new lows aren't supposed to be made if it's making higher highs. Okay, does that make sense? So our target is at the next support. This will be our first area target, but normally the way I do this sometimes is I also don't apply a stop loss to see how far I can ride it out, because we might just get a lot of pressure in this area as well and just continue to the upside. But we'll take this trade like this. First take profit, like I said, is 80 pips above. We're currently 3 pips in the negative, 26 pips stop loss. And I'll catch up with you guys in maybe about a day or two and see where this price got to. Hey traders, so we just entered a position on New Zealand Canadian and we're looking to enter one on Euro Canadian as well. I mentioned that in the Telegram group and in the last pip breakdown, that the Canadian is looking very weak. So we're looking to play with all this to our advantage. So we can see we've gotten 2 bullish candles here from the support area on the Euro Canadian. So I'm going to go with the bias that today will be a bullish candle as well. The buyers are trying to find their way back in. What we have here is the similar setup to NZD Canadian, but NZD Canadian just opened with a bigger gap. So we're taking this trade here from this support area. We do have a secondary support here. Okay, so we have a secondary support and our stop loss is just going to be at the bottom of the swing low down here. We're risking 1 to gain 2.2. Our take profit, like I mentioned, just like NZD CAD as well, our first take profit is going to be the next resistance zone, but we can trade this with an open take profit and allowing ourselves to maximize profits through that way with a trailing stop instead. Okay, so we're gonna come back to this and see how this worked out just in a few hours. So you can see we're currently 7 pips into profit, and we'll check this out. So we're just putting a buy position on the pound Canadian as well. So you can see this is what some people might call like basket trading, or really I'm just playing to the correlation here of the Canadian weakness. So I wanted to enter. So you can see this was Friday's candle close, and then today's candle open. So I was really wanting to enter the market this week if the market had opened down here at this level, but seeing as it didn't and we opened up here, I'm entering a buy position just right now. Okay, so our stop loss should very well be below the last swing low, so about 92 pips. That is the second level of support there. I'm just going to prop it just underneath this last one here because this is also acting as a floor. So we're running about 57 pips stop loss, and our target is going to be at the next resistance. That's first target, so 132 pips. Risk 1 to gain 3.4. And this is the trade that we're in right now. Hey everyone, so looking at the Euro Canadian, we can see that we never got any bearish candles to date, right? So we're still going with the bullish momentum here. Looks like the market is going to close in about 4 hours or so. So it looks like we may get a bullish close above this resistance area, which will just be telling us that we're likely to continue rising. So I just personally don't feel like carrying my position over until the weekend, so I'm looking to end it right now. Looks like we are going to have room to push back to the upside, but from our entry, which was just around here earlier in the week, we currently have just about, you can call it 430 pips, and so we're just going to close out on this one. Pound CAD is a trade we just actually, so here on TradingView we didn't hit the take profit, but we did hit it on the MetaTrader, so that one is good. And I was looking to exit my positions, so this just tells you that our uptrend might not continue. So this one we ended up getting out right at the break of this right here, this area. So we came through and we actually gained about 45 pips on this position, and that really concludes the trade so far for this week. We'll see if we hop into any others. I know we missed a few opportunities on a lot of these actually, like the Canadian JPY was moving a lot, right from resistance all the way down to support area, and we just missed it, but that's okay. We'll just grab it on the next opportunity that we see coming up. So I'll keep you guys updated with what happens next. Hey everyone, we're back. We're looking at EU right now, Euro USD. So we actually just got in this resistance area. We're not forming any bearish candles yet, but today is Friday. The market is closing today. So I can just be looking up to wrap up this trade. Just call it an end, because we did make about 100 and, well, let's see here, about 130 pips on this trade. So that's really good. Risk 1 to gain 5.5. So that's it for this week, and let's just see how this week did. So it's finally the end of the trading week. We're going to look at how this really worked out. So we took about 4 trades here. We took 1 trade on New Zealand CAD, which was first, another trade on Euro CAD and Euro Pound, Euro USD. And so these are how much pips we actually collected from each trade. And I know for the Euro Canadian and the Euro USD, I was able to ride those positions out a lot longer just because I didn't have a set take profit on them. I was really just riding the momentum and riding the trend and waiting for sellers to come in, at least so I can have more of a development for the market to see if sellers will actually take full control and push the price back down, which we can see that it didn't happen that way. There's a lot of buyers for the euro right now, so obviously we work with that and we try to buy and hold out as long as a majority of the buyers are still in the market. For the New Zealand Canadian, even though the Canadian was really weak this week, we weren't able to capitalize on that opportunity fully. We were able to still get a positive 35 pip gain on it, though we can see we tried to get a whole lot more, but the market structure didn't come through and it didn't support us the entire way of the trade. Yeah, so we can see we did get really close to the take profit there. We were about, call it 10-15 pips off, and then we got a change of trend, but we still managed to secure 35 pips or so once we got that break of structure. Break of structure, you're now getting low structure, tells you downtrend structure, and we're only trying to buy trend. We're only trying to buy uptrend structure. So obviously just work with all that and stay tuned for the next video where we'll talk about the same thing, talk about all the trades that we entered for this week. Stay tuned, and I'll see you later.